Hello, Taurus. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. First half is relationship. Second half, singles. Taurus. I'm getting like a weird feeling. Stop. Okay. No. Okay. So I'm not going to pull out any more like that. Things I have to say, my first impression as I'm putting out these cards, and they feel very all over the place. Like things are all discombobulated. Things feel out of, they're not neat and tidy. Like everything's messy and hard to align. We're going into this situation where you get the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is overcoming stress. It's persevering through adversity. And I feel like you're making a change here. I'm trying not to make this just... I really feel like you're ending a relationship here. Like you're starting this for relationships, but if this is hitting for you, I feel like you're ending a relationship. Which makes me wonder, is this a love reading? Because it feels like you're persevering through and you're saying what you want. Something is ending. Now, it's a general read, so it could go a different piece of this is ending. Like you're making a decision about a move or something else, or maybe you've decided that you don't want any more children and you're doing what necessary to make that happen. Something here, you're making a decision in this relationship, which it could be to end the relationship, but it's either end the relationship or it's something where you're changing the dynamic in the sense of like you're making a decision to move, you're making a decision to make it so children aren't possible, or you're taking that off the table. You're selling a piece of property that you maybe affects the relationship. Something here is major, though. There's a major change here, and you're persevering through, you're holding to it. And one of the reasons I'm saying that is because the other side has the Tower card, so things are falling apart for them, and they're very unhappy about it. I do understand that this change will be good for them in the long run as well. They're not at all on board with that at the moment, though. Now, even though that's where this is going, and you're persevering through, I do feel that the other side is trying to ignore it or trying to... It's like they're trying to continue forward like it's not happening. The Fool on the other side makes me feel like they're just trying to keep going, like like you haven't really made the decision, like it's not really a reality. Like they can just keep going, and if they just keep going like it's not happening, then it won't happen. On your side, I'm seeing this defensive Nine of Wands, a little bit of a frazzled energy. I feel like that's very aggravating to you, and I do feel like, if necessary, you will argue about it if you have to, because you have made the decision what you're going to do, and you're moving forward. And I almost feel like you're like showing your partner, like, you're showing like almost like evidence, like, here's evidence that this is happening, and you can stick your head in the sand all you want, it's still going to happen. It's not going to change anything. All right. That energy seems to kind of fall flat because it feels like there's a moment. This is talking maybe about a moment. Because we then go to the next spot here. This is interesting because your partner has the Ten of Cups and you have the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this Ten of Cups is your partner. I feel like they're kind of seceding to whatever it is you're saying. And they're trying to appeal to your better nature. and they're trying to, I don't know, I feel like there's a moment here where they feel like they could make this turn around. This is a really weird card to have at the spot here. But I'm getting that it's like this Fool card is leading into that in the sense of like, even though you're flat out telling them, you know, this is happening, I've made the decision, I'm moving forward. They're in this moment where they're trying to, I feel like they're in this moment where they're okay with everything. And I'm seeing this Eight of Pentacles. I'm feeling like this moment is away from you. They're not, okay, so they're not enjoying this moment with you, they're enjoying this with others. Okay. Because I see the Eight of Pentacles here for you, and I see you're still forging ahead, and you're almost to the point where it's about to happen. And you've pushed that forward like you are, and you're still pushing forward with it. This Ten of Cups, this isn't directly with you, this is them outside of you handling it. I feel like they're having either a time with friends or family, and they're venting, well, they're kind of like having this moment where they're dealing with things, and I feel like they're getting a lot of emotional support, and they're feeling pretty good. I actually also feel like this moment here, this social moment that they're having away from you, like it's not with you, it's with other people, they're getting very optimistic about the situation with you, and they're seeing hope here. And I feel like the way they're conveying the information, people are giving them ideas about what to do about things and how to change things or how to make things work out. But I feel like that's very, I don't know why the word, or why the term glass ceiling, because I feel like they're seeing all these possibilities, like a glass ceiling, not realizing there's a piece of glass there, and they're going to smack right into that piece of glass because this is not reality. This is not reality. They're getting all this hope, but you've already made your decision, and I'm getting like this glass ceiling feel. I feel like that's what we're saying with this. Like they're seeing all these possibilities. It looks so beautiful. It's so great. But once they start ascending, bam, right into that glass. Ugh. Which I hate to say that, but that's what it feels like. But they're having this moment. They're feeling very optimistic. Which this kind of ties right in. That makes sense to me. The Moon card. The Moon card's right with it, right here. That's where they are spiritually. They're not seeing it for what it really is. They don't want this to happen. But they're going to the land of denial about it. This does go forward. Six of Swords, you do move forward. And I feel like as you're moving forward, you have all these ideas. Like there's a whole new world opening up to you with this change. You feel a lot better about this. You're feeling like, no matter what way it is, if you're ending the relationship, if you're moving, if you're making it so that either kids are or not possible, whichever, you're feeling like because of this decision, all of this is opening up to you. All these ideas, possibilities, choices are opening up to you. And I feel you're very excited about that, and you are moving forward. With the Six of Swords here, you have a lot of hope for the future, but everything you've been fighting with and going on about and struggling with, you're leaving it behind and you're going forward. You have made the decision. When this happens, your partner has the Nine of Swords. The moon becomes day. The night becomes day. Like they realize it's done. It's done and it's happened. And if you see the person on this card, I feel like that's how they're going to kind of feel about it. Kind of, I feel like they're going to be kind of upset and distraught about it. They're going to be looking at the situation as if it was completely ruined. Maybe it is in this situation, but it happens. Like you moving forward, like it snaps it into sharp focus for them, and they can't do this little fool thing, this moon thing anymore. They have to, like the Fool and the moon, and then trying to get that support socially. Like this is away from you. I still feel like that's glass ceiling going on there. It's just not. It's that time's over because you've made the move forward. Done. It's done. And then again, the Tower card comes in. Like they knew it was coming, but they used that Fool energy to not believe it, and then it hit, and then they're crushed. Now, whatever you did, decided, I should say, on any of those scenarios, it's done. The death card is on your side, so if you moved, or if you were looking to move, you moved. And the last place is sold or re-rented or whatever, there's no going back. If you ended the relationship, you're done. You're done. If you... I'm getting this kid reference again. Like, either if you decided to have kids or not have kids, you've taken the step to make that a reality, to where either it's happening or it cannot happen. Whatever you've done it. It's done. That's the death card. This is saying it's done. There's no going back. It's done. And I feel like your partner has the King of Pentacles here. They see it. And the King of Pentacles makes me feel like they understand definitely what's happened. And they're seeing that, you know, it's solid. It's solid. It's not movable. It's not really changeable. It's just a part of the landscape now. And this is what the situation is. Now, I'm going forward with these two cards. I'm feeling like this is more you. I'm getting this is more you. And what you have trumping it, this is going past the situation after this death card. On your side, you have the Page of Swords with the Sun card, and then the If You Believe. Like, this doesn't have to be a problem. Whatever you've decided, I feel like there's passive communication about it because it's done. There's no changing it at this point. If you have to defend the situation, you will, but I feel like it's minimal. And I feel like you leave it in the past, and you're extremely happy, and you wanted this to happen this way, and you're happy that it did. So the Sun card is saying for you, this was the right choice, and this worked out. The If You Believe on top of this is telling me it doesn't have to be a bitter situation with your partner, possibly your ex-partner in the future, depending how this is hitting for you again with those scenarios. Okay, and it's a general read, maybe it's not hitting at all. But still, if it is, it's saying it doesn't have to be a bitter connection with your partner or ex-partner, however that's working out, that it can actually heal and it can move forward. I feel like there's new possibilities. I feel like there's the other side just has to find a way to deal with it, I guess, because at this point it is what it is. It's a part of the landscape. There's no changing it. It's almost like there was a mountain there, and now there's a tunnel through the mountain, and there's no... I shouldn't say that. Like, there was a mountain, and then, like, it blew up. Like a volcano, the top blew off. You can't put the top back on. It's done. It's done. I think that's a better way to put this. Okay. Alright, so I feel that's what we got for Taurus couples. Let's do Taurus singles. Tauran singles. Alright, messages for Tauran singles. Positive messages that empower them, to help them move forward in a way that they want to move, to strengthen them and help them understand what's happening, to give them any direction that might make them happier or help them find happiness in love. Okay. Alright, so single Taurans. Let's get some Oracle card information going here. I have to say, before we go too far, if this reading ends up hitting with you, I'm feeling like it's been a struggle. Because in your thoughts, well, in your thoughts, I do have the Five of Wands, which is kind of fighting, struggle, controversy, conflict. That's your thoughts. So I feel like you're very well aware of it, that this is a labored, difficult situation. I'm also noticing the Six of Wands in the past. Like, I feel like this might have passed you by once. I feel like this might have been something that looked like it was going to start at one point, then kind of went dormant. And it might be this might be a revitalization, a reanimation of this situation That seems to be where you're at. But the reason that's happening is because of the Knight of Wands. You found either some information came your way, or you want, for some reason, not only are you seeing the possibility, but you want this to try to come around again. For whatever reason it fell flat before, you're inspired to try to make this happen again. And you're feeling like this is the time to do it. You're seeing all these possibilities. Everything seems to be in place, or at least it seems like it's in the best place. Like everything seems like it's as good as it's gonna be if you're gonna give this a shot. 7 of Cups here, a lot of ideas, a lot of possibilities. You're feeling in the beginning. Is that perfect timing? Yep, perfect timing. Everything just seems like it's where it should be, and this is the best time to give this a shot to see what you can make of it. I feel like the 7 of Cups is like what possibilities are here. You're exploring that. You're thinking there's a lot more to the situation than meets the eye. Now, I'm seeing the environment. I'm just deciding what way to go next. 9 of Wands, listen to your intuition. 9 of Wands, that's a frazzled, defensive energy. That's an energy that's kind of like, can be in panic mode sometimes, very unhappy, fighting tooth and nail to stay above water type feel, that type of thing. Listen to your intuition. I feel like you're seeing this. I feel like there's a good reason this didn't happen before, and you might have some memory or reference to pull on. This person has a lot. Like this person, I feel like they're in a place that it's really, if this is as good as it gets, this isn't that good. I don't know how that sounds, but it's not. They're not doing well. They're not doing well. This really isn't the best time for them. For some reason, you're looking at it like it's the best possibility, the best time. They're not doing well, and I feel like you're getting these hints, these inklings that they're not. On the outside, it might look fine and dandy, but on the inside, they're a train wreck going on here. They're falling apart. They're not doing good. They're not doing good. That's somebody who's really having a hard time. And listen to your intuition is telling me, I feel like that's for you. Like if you really pay attention, you can see that this person is not really in a place where this is a good time for them. I guess I understand now. We're seeing the Moon card with the 10 of Swords. The Moon card, things aren't what they seem. You think it's a good time. You think this is a great time to move things forward. I don't feel like that's true. The 10 of Swords, I don't feel like it's going to happen. It's going to fall flat is what I'm getting. Now, this is what's in the center here. Although, and you know what, even though it falls flat, things weren't what they seemed and they fell flat, I'm noticing the Fool card here and your overall energy, like the air you're working through. I don't feel like you're letting go still. Especially since I see the 8 of Pentacles with the abundance here. You're not letting go. You're feeling like if you just hold on, a chance will happen. I feel like your heart is in it and you don't want to let go, and you're seeing a lot of possibilities. Now the Angel card, abundance, that makes me feel like they're encouraging you. This person is not in a good place right now. And I think I used the term train wreck, and I really wish I didn't. Because I feel like their life might be feeling like that right now. But I don't feel like they're a bad person or anything like that, but they might have a lot of craziness in their life. There might be factors here that might be beyond them, that they constantly have to deal with. And they might definitely be worth your time. I feel like you might have to get a little closer to them to find out what these problems are, because I don't feel like you're seeing them. I don't feel like they're letting people know unless they have to know. You, with the Abundance card here and the 8 of Pentacles, you're not giving up, and you're still feeling a lot of love here. You're feeling like this can really work out. The Angel card, Abundance, because that's coming through with an Angel card, I feel like they're encouraging you to hold on. And I'm seeing another one here. Listen to your intuition. They're saying it's really not the right time. You may think it is, but it's really not. Your final card here, cards I should say. Hanged Man, that goes into judgment into your... Is it into your favor? I don't... Hanged man with judgment. No, it's not in your favor. Okay, because I'm feeling like the Hanged Man with the judgment. And like if you notice, the part of that card that's showing is somebody who's not happy, somebody who's like kind of upset. Things are still not going to move forward yet. Things are still too hectic for this person. It's going to take a while. And I don't feel like it's determined like how long just yet. But again, they give you the Be Assertive card. They're encouraging you to hold on to this. You really got to look at the situation you're dealing with. I really feel that. To decide whether that's smart or not. The Be Assertive, it's telling you whatever's going on in this person's life, at the moment, it is really out of control. They can't do it. They can't get into a relationship right now. They can't. It's not an option. It is not an option. And it could go for months. A long while. I don't know how long beyond that because it's a general read. But it's going to be a while. They can't do this. They can't go forward right now. They have other things they're fighting. They'll listen to the intuition. Like, I feel like that's also them like realizing that they can't add another thing to their plate right now. Even though you would be a good thing, they can't do it. It would just make things even worse for them because it'd be one more thing to take care of, one more thing to look out after. Because in a relationship, I feel like a relationship means a lot to this person, and they wouldn't be comfortable just leaving it on autopilot while everything else is going on. That's just, they would have to keep up with it and pay attention to you, and they would care about what happens to you, and they'd have to because they'd make this agreement to be in a relationship. They can't handle that much more. They can't handle anything else more. They can't even handle what they have. Even though it would be a good thing, it would break them. So I feel like that's not going to happen. Not for now. And it's going to be a long while. I don't see it happening by the end of this year at the very least. So a few months at least this is going to go on for. And when their life cools down a bit and they're in a place where they can be in a relationship, I feel like that's going to be your moment. But it seems undeterminable right now. Like there's wild cards at play here. And I feel like whatever they're dealing with, there's something going on in life that they have to deal with. And for some of them, it might be a child that's having a lot of problems, getting in a lot of trouble, and they're spending a lot of time trying to fix that or curtail that or do whatever they need to with that. And the stress and the anxiety with that and how much they have to keep going with it takes every fiber of their being. And I feel like there's also this other, if that's how this is going, if it's a child thing here, they're not going to divide their attention. All that energy will keep going to that direction, which is another reason why they will not partake in a relationship right now. That will not be their focus. They cannot do that right now. And I feel like this is something, if it is a child thing, a lot of them, I feel, are not making it a public thing any more than it has to be. So you might not be aware of this at all. You might be aware that this person has children, but you may not be aware of what's going on with those children. All right. So, the last thing I'm looking at here is just these two cards. Abundance and Be Assertive. I feel like you're being encouraged to hold on, but I feel like you're being warned. It could be a long while before this person is able to. If you're able to get closer and I don't see a relationship happening here, but if you're able to hang out with them every now and then and just make their life a little easier, maybe become a closer friend and understand what's actually happening in their life, you might get a better sense of like how long or what is actually happening so you can gauge better, what has to happen before they'll allow this. But I feel like it's going to take a minute for you to like really understand what's happening. I'm getting a defensive energy. I don't feel like you're going to get this information easily. So you can't just ask and get the information. It's not going to work. You have to get closer, build some trust, and then I feel like they'll soften up and let you know if they feel comfortable and if they feel like you won't judge the person they love. Because they love this person, they don't want them judged. Alright, I hope that helps. I'm kind of surprised they're well, this is the way it's going through, so I feel like they're saying this person's worth it. It's just what's going on. All right, I'm going to wrap this up before I get into that a whole other time. So thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.